Hey, good Sunday evening, Sandy with Quilted Treasures and More with you. I hope you've had a great weekend. It's been a little rainy around my house today, and so I've been out a couple of times and a couple of pretty good rain showers. So, and with that being said, a little disclaimer here. If by chance, and I have a curl sticking out in a weird spot right here. Sorry, squirrel. Um, if by chance the video suddenly disappears, then what I'll do is I'll keep recording and I will post the remainder of the video later because we have had some glitches and some outages with our internet service the last couple of days. Um, it's been kind of crazy. Long story short, utility work going on underground here in our neighborhood, and our internet has been cut not once, but twice. So, not going to go into any details on that one. Just if I disappear for some reason, it's probably the internet, and I will just finish up recording. I always do a backup copy, and so I will finish recording and then I will post that to Facebook and YouTube later on if you watch it on my YouTube channel. So, speaking of YouTube, just a quick mention there. If you ever want to go back and watch any of the videos, it's a lot faster to scroll through on our YouTube channel than it is to go through all of the Facebook posts because I'm posting sketches of templates and, of course, finished door hangers and then anything upcoming. Speaking of upcoming, what's on my crafting table? Well, this week we are working on the Dolphin Sunset door hanger, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. The Dolphin Sunset door hanger, the template for it, I got from shopdoorhangers.com. I get bundles from them every month with some really cool templates. I wish I could say I have cut them all out and done them all, but I get a really good number every month, and there's not that many days for me to get all these done. And so I have a pretty good library. So if well, I take that back. I've been getting the bundles for about a year now. So it's a really good size library now. So if you're ever looking for something in particular for a door hanger, please message or email me or drop a comment in Messenger, and I will look through and get you some samples of templates that I have in my library. All right, so the Dolphin Sunset door hanger is one that I am actually going to be doing live and in person at Paint Party Live coming up Sunday, June 27th at 3 p.m. Now, that's going to be here in the Mobile, Alabama area. And some of you who've been with me for the past several years on this adventure of Quilted Treasures and More are like, well, Sandy, why are you saying the Mobile, Alabama area? I actually have folks starting to branch out. So, folks from all kinds of places all over Alabama and into Tennessee and some in Mississippi. And so, I have folks from various areas and just try to tag Mobile, Alabama on there so that way everybody knows this is not. In their local area, wherever they may live. So this is Paint Party Live. It's going on in Mobile, Alabama. It's coming up Sunday, June 27th at 3 p.m. And this is not the door hanger. I know you're thinking, wow, Sandy, this is new. You show it to us painted. No, this is not the door hanger. This is just an example. I did a quick test run. This is actually on paper. And so I did a quick test run to play with the blending before actually doing the door hanger. So I just wanted to show you this is or sort of what it's going to look like. I hope what it's going to look like when we get finished with the door hanger. So that's just an example or a sample of what this will look like. Now, this is the door hanger. So you can see the little outline of the dolphin here. And again, this is all laser etched, laser cut. And then we have the word welcome. The bottom down here is not prepped white. Now, the reason why I didn't prep this part is because this is going to be painted black. So I don't have to worry about prepping on that one. All right, so One thing we're going to be doing with this, if you notice the different colors for the sunset, we're going to be doing blending techniques with that. So that's our main focus for the day is doing blending all through this area. And I know you're thinking, Sandy, how are you going to do that with the dolphin and the word welcome on there? Well, we're just going to pretend like that's not there right now. So we're just going to get started and we're going to do all our colors and we're going to get them blended. And I'm just noticing that this is not completely in screen. You know, that's the only bad thing about having white for the background of, or white on my table. That when I paint it white and then I sit down and look at the camera, I'm like, well, what do you know? I didn't get that all on screen. That's okay. We will work with it. We will get this adjusted and we will. There we go. That's better. My camera may actually have shifted. Sometimes the, for whatever reason, the um, stand will actually shift while I am talking or doing. So anyway, all right, let's see here. Just going to check real quick and make sure that everything looks good on Facebook. I like to keep an eye on Facebook because if I don't, then something will always something will always glitch and I won't know it. So I try to keep an eye and make sure that everything looks okay. All right, everything looks pretty good. Hey, if you're on here, send me a hi and where you're watching from, just so I'll know you're there. I can say hello and be specific because I know I always just tell everybody hello, but it's pretty cool if I know who's watching, and then that way I can chit chat back and forth. All right, so again, this is our Dolphin Sunset Door Hanger, and this is going to be part of Paint Party Live, and that is coming up on June 27th at 3 p.m. here in the Mobile area. I'll just rattle on about that a little bit while I am getting the colors that I'm going to use first. Okay, we're going to start with the yellow and the light pink. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in my little egg carton here. So you may be wondering, what in the world is Paint Party Live, Sandy? Why are you calling it that? Isn't it just a plain old paint party? Well, I actually have a blog post this week that posted or scheduled earlier, probably about an hour or so ago. And in that blog post, I actually talk about why I call it Paint Party Live. And so check out that blog post and you'll know why I went with that name. The tickets are currently available. I opened up tickets purchasing on Friday, and so those are available now. You can get that through our website, quiltedtreasuresandmore.com, and go to our shop, and you can look for Paint Party Live tickets. Okay, so I'm going to be using a chip brush. That's what this is called. And I'm going to be doing, first I'm going to lay down a coat of the yellow, which if you want to know what colors we're going to be doing, it's going to be orange, yellow, purple, light pink, and dark pink. And of course, I'm going to kind of be sectioning them out. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. So I'm just going to kind of be watching and trying to get those layered out a little bit, and that way I can start blending. But I'm going to start with the yellow, and we're going to work with that one first. So I'm going to work with light colors and then work to my darker colors. All right, so here we go with the yellow. And again, I am going to go across my dolphin and also my words. And if you're thinking, oh gosh, Sandy, why are you doing that? Well, the dolphin and the words are going to be black, so it's okay. I'm just going to be laying down, and I'm trying to do a good bit of paint because you want the paint to still be nice and wet when you get ready to do the blending. So I may even have to come back and add to it a little bit when I get ready to do my blending. So I'm just going to go across with my yellow here. All right, now I'm not really going to be rinsing this brush. I'm just going to wipe it off on a paper towel. I'm going to go to my light pink and I'm going to start it right about here. Now you may look and say, hey, there's still a little bit of yellow in that. That's okay. We'll get it all straightened out. But with a chip brush, especially if you're going to be doing blending, you don't really want to rinse it. You wipe it off, but you don't really want to rinse it. You can use a baby wipe to kind of help wipe off some of the color if you need to. But all I did was just wipe it on a paper towel. And then remember, I told you we're going to be putting on a pretty good amount. So that way it'll stay wet so we can blend it well. Because you need wet paint to blend. So it's kind of hard to blend dry paint. All right, now again, I'm just going to wipe that off on my paper towel. And I'm going to grab my orange real quick. Put my orange in there. Again, I'm not gonna wash it off. I'm just gonna start laying down the orange. And because I won't be blending on the bottom of the orange, I don't have to get right up next to the line. I can come back with a flat tip brush or an angled brush and get right up next to the line. But also the bottom is going to be black because this is sunset, and so the colors are dark on the water. It's more of a shadowy look. All right, so now what I'm going to start doing, I'm just going to start going back and forth, okay? Just kind of back and forth across the yellow and with my orange. Now, if you don't see it blending, you can always grab some of the yellow and add it back in. But I'm kind of going in an angle. I'm just working my way across. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of yellow and I'm just going to wipe it right across where I just put a little bit of that back and forth action right there. And so now I've got yellow in my brush and I've got orange in my brush and I just start blending them back and forth. Okay, now I'm going to do what they call a figure eight. So I'm just going to start working in a figure eight, and it helps to blend it even more. You can see the yellow. Well, I can see the yellow and the orange mixing. And if you look at it and you think, gosh, I don't see enough yellow. It's okay. You know what you do? I've run out of yellow, but you just grab a little more yellow and you just add it into the mix. So I'm going to grab a little more yellow because I really do want to tone down that orange just a little right here in this section, right here where I'm going across. So I'm just going to add a little more yellow and I'm going to make my figure eights just a little bit bigger as I come across between the yellow and the orange, just a little bit bigger. Now you can also start a feathering motion, and that helps to blend it together as well. Just a light touch on with the bristles of the brush onto the door hanger, right there where the colors are. Just back and forth in a figure eight, light, So now we have some yellow and some orange blended together. I've got a little bit right there. It's not wanting to, I don't think I think my yellow had started to dry, so. And the thing is looking at this, right where that is, I'm not gonna make a big fuss over that because my dolphin is actually on top of that, and so it's gonna get covered anyway. So my areas of focus are here on this edge and on this edge. All right, so now I've got my yellow and my orange blended together. So I've got a darker orange and then a mixture, and then I've got some yellow. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to wipe my brush off one more time and get some of that orange out of there for sure. I'm going to get just a little bit more yellow, and I'm going to put right up here at the top where it's going to be going into the purple. And so I want that to be a nice fresh coat right there. All right, so now I'm going to get my purple. And if by chance you leave a comment and I miss it, I will come back and comment after it's over with. So if by chance I don't see it while I'm painting, because sometimes I get in that I call tunnel vision mode. And so I will focus on what I'm doing and forget to go and look for comments. So if I miss your comment, it's not because I didn't see you, or it's not because I ignored you. It's just because I have tunnel vision and I haven't clicked over and looked for comments. I actually work between two screens for my Facebook Lives. And so sometimes I get on one screen and I forget to click over to the second screen and check for comments. All right, so I am putting down purple this time. And just like before, sometimes you'll see yellow or orange streak through. It's okay. I'll just add back into it. We're working on a sunset, and we've all seen sunsets, and the colors are beautiful, but the colors do not, they're not perfectly apart. They blend together, so they overlap. So I'm just starting the process by going back and forth with my yellow and my purple. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to dip in the yellow and I'm going to start putting the yellow back on top of the purple. So I'm just going to dip back in to yellow, come over the purple, and that way I've got fresh yellow and fresh purple working together. And I'm just blending. And now I'm going to work on the figure 8 motion, where I am just getting the colors to blend together. Just back and forth. And like I said, you get to looking and you're like, oh, there's too much yellow. Grab a little purple, throw it in there. Oh, there's too much purple. Grab some yellow, throw it in there. So just mixing and blending and getting it The example I painted, I actually did this with a flat brush, and it has the close bristles, and it dawned on me later on. I was like, oh, I should have used the chip brush. That's the main brush that you use um, when you're doing the blending like this, and I did not. That was one of those days where I just wasn't. I was more excited about practicing my blending technique than I was focused on what tools I really needed. So there were some things that didn't quite work out with that, and I was like, well, no wonder it didn't work out. I had the wrong brush. All right, so I'm going to go back and I'm just going to hit the top up here with a fresh coat of purple. And then I'm going to grab my pink again because I'm going to need, and I need my pink because I basically used it all. And I'm just going to dip right in because what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing that back and forth as I'm going. So I'm just going to go ahead and start that right off the bat. And then I'm going to come back with a little pink, a little more pink on the other side here in just a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my figure eights. Just work my way through from one side to the other. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of my purple, and I'm just going to come back just a little bit here and just really kind of blend with the purple because I want it to be, I want my purple to still be there. I don't want to lose my purple. And when you're doing this blended ombre effect, as some call, when you're doing this effect, there's no right way and wrong way for this. This is simply what do you see for your door hanger, your canvas, whichever the case may be. What do you see? What do you see color-wise in your imagination? And it's going to be thicker in some places and thinner in others. Because if you think about it, when you're looking at a sunset, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same level of color at every layer. All right, now I'm going to come back and get my pink, and I'm going to work on getting a layer of pink put down right here because I've got one more layer of pink to go. And so I'm just going to lightly, just light feather, what they call feather touch. Just lightly have the bristles on the wood, just mixing the two paints right here. And so I've got a little bit of more purple on this end, and it fades over to a little more pink here. Now, I'm not going to worry about wiping that off because this is a darker pink that I'm getting ready to put on. I just stuck that in my purple. That was good. So now I'm going to get the top part with the darker pink. And for those of you who've been looking at the little clips that I've done on my stories and the little flyers that I've posted, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, no, I can't do that. I can't do that door hanger. I can't put that on a canvas. There's no way. Can you with your brush? Don't you love my sound effects? Can you make a figure eight with your hand? You can do this. This is one reason why I wanted to paint this evening, because I wanted you to see you can do this. You can push a brush, pull and push paint back and forth at an angle, and you can make a figure eight, and you can get it blended. You just watched me do it. You can get it blended. You can do this. All right, so we've got our sunset, and so I'm going to put this in water now. Some of you are like, yeah, she's never going to rinse that brush. Yes, yes. All right, I'm going to go back real quick and get my orange, and I've just grabbed a flat tip brush, and what I'm doing is I'm just going right along this line here to get my orange paint right up to my line. And just kind of feather across that a little bit and kind of blend it in so that way I don't feel like there's a streak where the fresh wet paint and the paint that was there before have a definition line. So, all right, there we go. Now, all I need is the color black. So we're going to be doing quite a bit with the black. So I'm going to go ahead and get a pretty good amount there. I'm going to turn this sideways, and I may even turn it upside down. Now, this up here is still pretty wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my dolphin, okay? And I guess I could have left him the other way for the dolphin, but I'm going to go ahead and start with my dolphin. Now you may be wondering, Sandy, why didn't you start with the bottom? Well, I have a very bad habit of getting up against door hangers and getting paint on my clothes if I reach across. So I try to start with the top if I can and work my way down. All right, so our little dolphin beginning to take shape. And if you're wondering, how is she seeing that dolphin? There are etched lines, and you can see it a little bit here between the orange and the yellow. You can see the etched lines from where I'm sitting because I'm looking straight down at it and not through camera view. I can see the lines really well. Now, again, if you missed the first part where I was talking about what I'm doing, this is the door hanger that we will be painting at my Paint Party Live coming up June 27th. That's a Sunday at 3 p.m. This event will be held here in Mobile, Alabama. Tickets are available. You can go to my website, click on the shop tab, or actually I did include a link directly to the ticket item in the shop. I included it in the description. So you can click on that and go directly to to the ticket item to purchase tickets. Tickets are $35. That includes your door hanger. I bring all the supplies. I bring the paints. I bring the brushes. Turn that back around so you can see the dolphin. Check out our dolphin. It's a shadow of our dolphin. Isn't he so pretty? I really do like this door hanger. I fell in love with it the first time I saw it in the template sketches. And so with it being summertime and I decided June would be a good month to do the paint party live, I said, oh yeah, this is the one. This is the one we have to do. So uh, that's why I chose this one. All right, so now this is still kind of wet, and since I'm turning it around, I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom down here because I am not going to reach across. I'm just going to turn it around and go from the top. I try not to do that because I try to keep it upright when I'm doing Facebook Lives. But for this one, because the way the writing is and the different colors, I want to get it turned around where I can see it in the light really well to see my outlines for my words, my cut lines for my words, or etch lines. Now, you may be wondering, well, Sandy, what if I don't like those colors? I will have other colors available at the paint party. So if you would much rather have dark blue water, I'm sorry, y'all, I have one of the hairs of my head has gotten in the midst of the paint, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy. I keep running over it. Ha ha. Finally. Okay. Another squirrel moment. It just kept rolling around as I was trying to paint, and I'm like, Yes, I will have other colors available if you would like to do. You can even do a simplified version of the sunset. If you just wanted 3 colors in your sunset, you could use 3 colors instead of the 5. I thought about doing 3 colors, but it's funny because sometimes I'll see the templates and to me it's a challenge. It's like, ooh, can I make it look just like that? So again, just working on the blacked out water. And we're at sunset, so we're getting to the hour of shadows. And so that's why the water and our dolphin are both black. Oh, I forgot to mention too, I try to mention every time I'm on Facebook Live, don't forget to sprinkle the love for us. Share the love for the video with friends and family. And if you spread the love, sprinkle the love, come back and comment sprinkled. And I will put your name in our Mailbox Delight giveaway. Get a little something in the mailbox, some happy mail, something besides bills and all of the bombardment of advertisements in the mail. Advertisements can be a good thing sometimes. Yep, we Gotta move him up just a little bit. Other thing too, I get busy painting and focused on doing what's at hand, and I forget to make sure that I am still on camera. I keep saying I am going to raise the stand a little more, and I have yet to do it. All right, so we're almost through with the water here, and I'm hoping, oh yeah, the purple and the pinks look like they're drying pretty good. Now, most of you know that I usually put 2 coats of everything. Now, because of the blending technique that was done in the sunset, I don't go back over that because we put a lot of paint on that one. So I won't be going back over that. I'm gonna lay that brush aside just for a minute, and what I am going to do, yeah, this is the brush I chose for the letters. Okay, so I'm gonna move this down just, or move it over just a little bit, and I'm just gonna start working on my letters. Now, I will probably turn it around the other way. And like I said, I don't like to do that on lives because I like you to be able to see straight, you know, the door hanger straight up when I'm working on it. But with this particular one, with the different colors going over my laser cut lines for my letters, I want to make sure that I have it in a good light, or the light's hitting it just right where I can see where the lines of my letters are. So I'm going to turn it around. I keep a lazy Susan under my door hanger projects. And so if it's just me working on an order, then I spin a door hanger around multiple times in working on it. I'd like to say that keeps me from getting paint on my clothes, but it does not. I still manage to get paint on my clothes because I'll paint a section and then spin it around to do the other side or whatever, and I end up brushing up against it at some point. When I get through with the letters, I promise I will go look at the other screen to see what comments I have. I know I haven't gone over there yet. I made sure the video was working, but I didn't scroll to the comment portion. And I apologize. I try to check that when I check and make sure the feed is still working properly. All right, so I'm working on my word welcome here and just going over it in black. So the dolphin, the word, and I have got something in my paint right there. Come out, okay. Yay. So we've got a good bit of color in our sunset, but then we've got all the shadows. The welcome is a shadow. The dolphin is a shadow. And our water is a shadow. So this is what we'll be painting at Paint Party Live. This is the Dolphin Sunset door hanger, and it can be done in a canvas. I do recognize that not everybody is a door hanger person, and so it can be done in a canvas as well. Paint Party Live is coming up Sunday, June 27th at 3 p.m. It's a chance to come paint with me, and this is what we will be painting. So if you are in or around the Mobile area, I would love to spend the evening with you or the afternoon with you and paint. I'm debating on what to do with that. Oh, because I boo-booed. You know me, I can't get through a door hanger without a boo-boo. This is why we keep baby wipes handy. All right, so I've got just a little bit right here on the O, and I am just going to carefully kind of dab a little bit and see if I can get that slight little spot of black off of there. Because it's not exactly like when you've got a solid color. It's a little bit different when you've got a blended color. And so you don't want to just take the baby wipe and start rubbing, because then you're going to end up messing up your blend. So I found a glob of pink at the top with my fingers, of course. So again, thankful for baby wipes. All right, so I'm just going to turn this around a little more and just keep working with my letters. I like it when I actually pick the right brush and I can just go straight with my brush and get the letter filled in. I like the filbert tip brushes because they work really well in the curves, but I can also turn it sideways and get in the smaller spaces too. So I really do like filbert tip brushes. And filbert tip is a flat brush, but the tip of it is actually, I don't want to say round. It is round. It's what they call round. It's curved, and I'll show you what I mean in just a second. I'm excited because now I get to update all my pictures. Everything I've had, if you notice, the tip of that brush is curved, rounded. It's a rounded, but it's flat. It's a flat brush, so it's called a filbert tip. Anyway, I was saying I'm excited to get the door hanger done because now I can update all my pictures and it won't be the practice page that I did. It'll actually be the door hanger. If you're wondering how long tickets will be on sale, tickets are on sale. They started, became available Friday, and the availability will continue until either A, all the slots are filled, because I do have a set number. I do have to, just make sure that we all stay safe. And yes, we'll be together and in person, but I still don't want to overcrowd the room. You have to make sure that you abide by capacity laws and suggestions and requirements and all that good stuff. So just trying to make sure that we can spread out a little bit, because when you're painting, you don't, even besides the COVID stuff, when you're painting, you don't want to be on top of each other. You want some elbow room. You want to be able to move a little bit. So I do have a limited number of tickets available, and that is because I want to make sure that everybody can get, spread out, have enough room. I've done private paint parties here recently, but this one is open to anyone connected with my Facebook page. And it's also open to anyone you know. If you have a family member who loves to paint stuff, who enjoys crafting, and maybe they've said, "Hey, I'd like to try to paint a little bit," send them the link to the website. Tell them about Paint Party Live. See if they'd be interested in coming. The cost is $35, but that is everything. When you walk in the door, you sit down, and everything is ready to go. Or when you sit down, because I'm sure we'll probably chit chat a little bit before we get started. That's what us good Southerners do, isn't it? We have to visit a little bit before we get to work. So I'll have the door hanger there or the canvas. That's part of the $35. $35 also covers all of the supplies. So paints, brushes, aprons. What did I do there? I don't know. Did I stick my hand in it? Or did I stick my shirt in it? Uh-oh. I don't know. I'll have to look. There's a couple of places that look smudged, and so I'm like, oh no. I don't think I've been over it. I was actually working from the side, so. Okay, well, I touched them up. All right, so I'm going to go back over the black part at the bottom one more time. And so I'm going to move this up a little bit and just let the other dry. Oop, that's my skinny brush. Let me get my bigger brush. Nope, not that one. No. Oh, I know what I did. I did go back and, oh, no, here it is. I left it out. I knew that brush looked kind of small. I was like, no, wait a minute. I grabbed a bigger one for this. So I'm a little bit off the edge with the camera there. Just give me a few minutes and I will be back on. But the $35, I know I got off track there. The $35 includes the door hanger or canvas. I will bring all the supplies, paints, brushes, aprons, all that good stuff. I'll even bring a light refreshments, some light snacks with me. So we'll snack a little bit, we'll paint, we'll chit chat, get to know each other if we haven't already met. Just have a fun afternoon painting a door hanger or a canvas together. Now, the cutoff date, the deadline for ordering your ticket will be June 21st. And some of you may be thinking, well, why would you do a cutoff date? Well, I have to be able to know how much I need as far as either wood or canvases. I also have to get these lovely door hangers cut. These are laser cut and laser etched, and so they have to have time to get those done. And I also have to buy supplies. So I have a cutoff date, so that way I'll know how many to plan for, as well as how much to buy in the supply realm. So the cutoff date for tickets for this event is June, what did I say? I wrote it down on a Post-it note here, June 21st. Yeah. My brother's birthday is June 22nd, so I started to do it that day, and then I thought, I'll do it the day before. I could have gotten a little bit bigger brush for doing the black. It would have made it go a little bit faster. But I just grabbed the nearest flat brush The biggest one I saw when I looked in my little paint brush bucket there. So we'll get a second paint here on the black. Now I'm not doing this so much to get the paint even as far as coverage goes, as I am to make sure that the wood is protected. I just like to make sure it has a nice coat of paint on it. And to me, that means two coats. Um, Sometimes, depending upon the area, I may only do one coat. Also depends on if it's something I know is going to be inside or outside. Also, if it's something that needs a rough look. So sometimes, if I know it has to have a rough look to it, that rough wood look, I'll only do one coat. Go over my Dolphin one more time. This one, I do feel like it definitely needs a second coat because even though it is black, it is over a lot of color going on here with the blended colors. And so I feel like I want to make sure that that coverage is really, really smooth. No possibilities of anything showing through. Just going to work on the fin and then going to work toward our dolphin tail. All right. So there is our, oh, did I really just do that? Baby wipe. Now let's see if I can get this picked up without creating a lot of issues. Thankfully, the other colors have been sitting there for a good bit. And so I think, yeah, yay! Baby wipes to save the day. I am going to lightly rub on that one. And I mean ever so lightly. All right. We all are just getting to see all the boo-boos getting dealt with today. All right, so I'm going to spin him back around here one more time, let you see him from top to bottom. Move him down just a little bit. That way you can see all of it. Okay, the only thing I don't have on here are the little waves. And I actually did white the last time, but I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to get just a little bit of white and I'm going to put some of the black in with it. I'm going to get a round brush, a true round brush, okay? And I'm just going to dip some of the black in with some of the white, and I'm just going to mix it up here on the side. And so I'm going to have more of a gray. Now, I know you're thinking, well, Sandy, couldn't you have just grabbed a gray paint? I could, but I did not pull a gray. All I have here is my white and my black. So I am going to make my own gray. This also gives me the ability to darken or lighten the gray. And so I don't want the waves to stand out as much as they did on my paper version, my practice version, because the white just really stood out to me, and I'm like, I don't think I really like the white. So I'm going to go for gray and see what gray looks like this time. So all I'm going to do is just make a little Just a little mark there, and maybe do just a slight curved mark there, and maybe do a little triangle version there, or not really a triangle. Looks more like a teepee. Come down here, and maybe I'll do a little bit longer version here of the curve. Looks like a little bit, it almost looks like a snake, doesn't it? And I don't want to go overboard with this, so I may do one little one up here. I'm off camera. Hold on. All right, I'm going to slide him over. Maybe do one little one up here. Just a little one. He's just a small wave way out there. Small little white cap. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want it to go too much because we're at sunset, and that's what I want to stand out. The sunset and my dolphin jumping out of the water. So that's what I want you to see when you look at this. All right, so this is our sunset dolphin or dolphin sunset. Oh, y'all, I did get in my paint. Shout to the rescue. You know what I'll be doing when I hit end? Going and scrubbing the paint out of the shirt. So, oh my goodness. This is our dolphin sunset or sunset dolphin. And this is the door hanger or canvas that we will be doing for Paint Party Live Sunday, June 27th at 3 p.m. If you visit quiltedtreasuresandmore.com and go to the shop, click on the shop tab, you will find the Paint Party Live tickets tab in there as well. There will be giveaways. I'm bringing all the supplies. The cost is $35, and giveaways. Oh, I will have some party favors. So you get to take home a little something besides your door hanger when you leave for the afternoon. So you can share the information with friends and family that you know are crafty and who like to paint. And, I'm still doing private paint parties as well. So if you're thinking, well, that's not a good day for me, but I'd really like to have a paint party, you can have a paint party where you invite your friends, your family, your coworkers. And so just message me or text me or send me an email. You can hit the contact tab on our website and send me an email, and I will look through my calendar. We can get together on dates. August, September, and October are currently open. And so reach out to me about a private paint party and hosting a private paint party. All right, so let's see here. I said I was going to hit the comments and look. And Miss Julie, I think I see Miss Julie on here. Hi, Miss Julie. I also pushed my computer back a little further, and so now I will admit that I can't really see my comments very well. So, yeah, I am doing really well this evening on on all the tech stuff, let me tell you. My stand wants my camera to drop, which I got that to stay, so, hey, we did pretty good. It's just one of those afternoons, what can I say? Well, I hope y'all have a great week, and, don't forget the blog post. It hit, just a little bit ago, and it talks about Paint Party Live and why I went with that name. Also, if you'd like to be part of our weekly e-newsletter, you can drop your email in the comments, and I will add you to our email list. That'll go out here about between 8 and 8:30 is usually when it goes out on Sunday evenings, and so that'll be coming to your inbox if you are on that email list. Also, with that email list, you'll get inside info about things coming up, and also we did an extended early bird promotion for those that were on the email list for ticket prices or ticket purchases for the Paint Party Live. So lots of cool things that you can get in on as part of the email list. Well, I hope y'all have a great week. Thank you so very much for being with me this evening and checking out the Paint Party Live Dolphin Sunset Door Hanger. And I will see y'all next week.